Alright, Boston, we should be live.
Hello. Welcome to Smash TV. This is the Sega Master System version of the game that was only released in Australia and in Europe. So I got my hands on a cartridge and we're going to play through it today. So if you want to start the timer, or if you like to attempt to start the timer in 3, 2, 1, let's jam. So this game has 3 maps. Map 1 has Mutoid Man as the boss. Map 2 has Scarface as the boss. And map 3 has 2 bosses, Cobra, and the last boss is a prize. So obviously map 1 is the shortest, and then map 2 is a little longer, a little more difficult, and map 3 is the longest and most challenging. There's different ways you can take through the maps, so I'm gonna try to go the correct way. If I go the wrong way, it's not that big of a deal. It's just gonna be unoptimal. So one thing about the Master System version of this game, which is different than most versions of the game, aside from the NES version and Genesis, is that you can only play with one controller. There's 2 players, which is really neat for a game this old. To have a simultaneous 2-player option is very uncommon in the day. So you can only play with one controller. Normally you would move with one D-pad and then shoot with another one. Or if you're on the Super Nintendo, you'd move with the D-pad and then shoot with the buttons. But because you're only on one controller, I have to do strange things in order to move my characters aiming around so I can be facing the right direction to shoot things. Fortunately, what you're seeing is the strategy I discovered, which is that if you just sit in the corner, you can just shoot the enemies as they're running through the room, because unlike the other versions of Smash TV, the enemy patterns and the length of the waves themselves are just so different in this game. The wave lengths are much shorter. There's not that many enemies per wave, per room. Each room that has a name, you know. This is Tank Trouble. And so because of that, because the waves are shorter and because these enemy movements are so strange, you can just sit in the corner and they'll kind of just walk into your bullets. The way continues work in this game is on the second player score there, you can see that number 3. That's how many continues I have. So map 1 you get 3 continues, map 2 you get 5 continues, and map 3 you get 9 continues. So I'm not really worried about game overing. And actually, because you get so many continues in map 3, if you want to be daring, you can kind of just sack yourself, because when you come back you have the shield, and the shield is really good at killing certain enemies that require more health. So this is Mutoid Man. He does not behave the way he should. The Sega Master System version, he does that he erases you, is what I like to call it. He does his little eraser move on a whiteboard, and he just comes over and just says, nope, you're dead. So a deathless run of this game would be very, very impressive, or impossible. Yeah, because there's literally nowhere to go. He just roams around and kills you. He can only be harmed by weapons, so that is why I'm only using the gun to shoot the homing blue orbs that he shoots at you, and then I'm shooting him with the pickups. So again, the way I have to move and shoot is there's 2 buttons. One is lock. So if I press C, I'm using a Genesis controller. If I press C, it locks my position of where I'm aiming, so I can move, but I won't change where I'm aiming. And then the other style is to shoot reverse, which is what I do in the corners when I'm doing this. I'm holding the reverse shot, which is just you shoot and you shoot like behind you. So it's like they gave you a way to like escape and shoot, and then lock your position and shoot. That's Spreader's the best weapon to kill him. So I took an intentional death there to grab these weapons. This is really nice. Get away from me. This is his last phase here. Toy Man's actually one of the hardest bosses in the game of all the bosses. Love that 1-up sound effect. Come on, give me a weapon. Every Smash TV runner ever. Give me a weapon. Oh my god. Come on. He's got to be really close to dying. When you pick up speed in this game, you go really fast. There's only 1 level of speed, and it's extra fast. This should finish him off, if not the spreader. I'm gonna grab it. There we go. So I didn't grab prizes on purpose because on that screen, if you grab like the presents and the prizes that you acquire in the stage for points, that screen will show additional stuff and add up. So I just saved time there by not grabbing presents. If I had grabbed no cash, you would not see the screen at all, but that's hard to do. Alright, these things suck. They are armored, so they don't die to like 1 shot of your gun. But if I get a shield, I can destroy a lot of them. This can also kill them. Unlike other versions of Smash TV, the rocket does not penetrate enemies. There's one enemy in particular I want to avoid, which is the saucer. And if I go in a particular order in this room, in this map rather, I can avoid encountering this saucer enemy, and here's the lag. Wonderful Master System lag.
Do you have time for a quick donation?
Sure.
Linamek donated $50 and says, because hamsters. So that gives us a total of $278. If you would like to donate to Heartland Animal Shelter, do !donate.
So yeah, to avoid these saucers, we'll see them at the end. You can't avoid them forever. Yeah, vacuum clean, that's what we want. Thank you for that donation. It's going to a great cause. I love animals, of course. Got my cat right next to me. She always loves to sit right next to me while I game. So yeah, now we're kind of just like playing the game, making sure we go the right way, because we want to avoid these saucers. They're demonic. I'm just gonna take the hit here, get the nuke, bingo. These guys don't die to your gun, so you need to use the shield. If you get the shield and the speed like this, and you just run around and kill them, it's pretty good. All right, we want right, slaughter them. Which seems terrible, right? You think like, oh no, this room is the floor is pitch black and it said slaughter them. This must be a bad room, but again, you don't get the saucers, so it's actually good. It's gonna lag though. I am playing this on original hardware, so to make it as horrible as possible. Obviously lags less if you play this on your computer, like on an emulator. On a Raspberry Pi or whatever. I love when they kill you there and just do like their little dance. Similar to Robotron 64, when those enemies kill you, they just dance over your corpse. Dying is inevitable. I have 3 lives left and 4 continues, so, I mean, the fact that you get increasing continues as the game goes on is like I don't know, they just, I feel like they didn't intend anyone to... They knew the game was like really weird, so they just gave you more help as you go. But I bet a lot of people did get stuck like on the first map, because it's kind of weird that you only get 3 continues on the first map. So I mean, it's kind of, there's kind of like a learning curve, I guess, because you got to be able to get past Mutoid Man with only 3 continues. But like, if you know this strategy I'm doing right here, it's honestly like, this is, they just walk into your bullets, or I should say my straws. Cool, and we got to Scarface without facing any saucers, which means I went the right way, and then we'll go the right way on the last map too, and we'll only see the saucers in the last couple of rooms, which are like the gauntlet rooms. I can just shoot him with regular bullets to destroy his armor. So on the outside he has armor, and then you can see it gets damaged, and once it's damaged you just move on to the next spot. Those bubbles lag the game a lot. Even with the lag though, it's a very smooth game. You just gotta get used to the controls, because you only have one controller. He got me with the eyeballs. Eyeball shot. I can just shoot him with regular bullets. There we go. That was okay. He's like not a hard boss. I picked up TVs. Oops. Don't want those. Those are heavy and slow. Everyone knows how heavy those old TVs are. So map 3, we're in like the jungle or something. So that's what they're trying to go for with the floor color, but we all know what it really looks like.
Do we have a quick moment?
Oh yeah.
Because we got a new donation. We got a $22 donation from Thinking Cat saying, "I had to round it out. Also, good luck, Boston. I know you can beat the true final boss, lag."
Thank you
and
very
that
much.
brings us to $300 raised for the Heartland Animal Shelter. So thank you all so much.
Big 300. The goal is $1,000, so I'm sure we can reach that with a little extra sauce action. So these snakes are animals, so I'm gonna just let them be. If you just stand in the corners, they don't harm you. They just slink on by, slither on by. Oops. Not even sure what's slower. It might lag the room to kill them. Did I grabbed that? Oh, what? I did grab that. Barely. The spreader. So this level is just more of a gauntlet than anything, which is why they give you 9 continues, I guess. Guess a couple other things I guess to note is like those things that are on the map, how do I put it, that are on the floor sometimes, those are mines. If you step on one of those, you die. There aren't any in this room, obviously, because right when I go to explain it, they don't put any in this room. Yeah, I've been avoiding those on purpose. Those aren't pickups or anything. Those are mines. The pickups are the squares. There's also keys. I don't know if the keys work in this game. I know in other versions of Smash TV, they're not programmed correctly to get to the bonus rooms or whatever. So it's probably the same in this game, I'd imagine. Why would it be different? Why would it be better in the Sega Master System version? Last arena. I have an orb, which, if I had been getting more orbs during the run, that would have been saving some time. The orb is really good. It gives you an extra shot, but it's vulnerable. If it gets hit, like if anything touches it, it just disappears, so. But you can see how, like, it doubles my firepower, which basically doubles your speed. Nice. I could even fend these guys off with the orb, which these guys have extra health, so that's, like, crazy, right? Alright, this is the Cobra. Nasty Cobra. He's only vulnerable to weapons. You can shoot his neck, though, so his hitbox is humongous, but he also moves around randomly and spits fireballs randomly around, so sometimes you're just in the wrong place at the wrong time, or power-ups just entrenched, engulfed. I still think this Cobra fight's more difficult than the Genesis version. The Genesis version has like the easiest Cobra fight. Speaking of other versions of this game, there are a lot of other versions of this game, which is sort of how I got into running this game. I was trying to clear the NES version, but the NES version's really hard. I think the NES version's one of the hardest versions of the game, because you only get 5 lives. Like, compared to this, where I have 9 continues, NES version you have no continues. 5 lives. You can pick up lives, but it's like RNG what drops. And the game obviously doesn't like to give you lives as often as other things. Like a million speeds in a row. That was a pretty good Cobra fight. I kind of want this orb. Lost time to go grab it, but maybe I'll save time. So these are the last 2 rooms. They're insanely long. Not as long as the Genesis version's last room, which is over 10 minutes. If you don't play it well, I guess. It's like about 10 minutes. 10 minutes for one room. Like the first level was half that time. And then one room is 10 minutes. So the Genesis version's evil. I would avoid it at all costs. Play this instead. Oh, I tried to avoid them. It's alright. Plenty of continues left. But these rooms are insane. They're kind of long. Yeah, there's a runner named CHX. He does he doesn't, you know, do it all the time, but he has the capability to do a 1-player 4 controller run. That he uses 2 advantages, NES advantages that he fashioned to like a foot pedestal, so he can play with his feet. There's a lot of ways to play this game. The most popular way is the Super Nintendo version, doing easy %. It's only 1 map, so it's like a really competitive speed run compared to this. These are the UFOs. They are evil. Whoever designed these is just demonic. So they're armored like these guys, but when you kill them, the UFOs. I'm gonna take this. they explode in shrapnel in all corners. There goes my orb. The best thing to do is just run into them with your shield. And they shoot a orb, like a homing orb as well, like that when they die. So I mean, this helps, maybe. Not really. There's a reason I avoided those in map 2. Oh yeah, these guys are not affected by the razor. If you hit them with the razor, the shrapnel guys, it just breaks it. This is the last arena. So it's pretty long. We're gonna see those, gonna see those flying saucers again. Actually, I should have grabbed that shield. That was not a good decision. It's alright, we'll figure it out. I can be like a little bit carefree with my lives, but I don't want to game over, obviously. I will grab that nuke though. That's a good nuke. There's just not many places you can go when you're trying to avoid getting killed by these flying saucers. That's what you want. This helps. I don't get shrapneled or homing orbed. Oh, a key. That's useful. Another one. That was just me struggling with the controls a bit, because it's just... You think you can have it down, but it's just still so clunky. I'd understand why most people would pick up this game, having played any other Smash TV game, and be like, how can I play this? And see how many times you die, and get annoyed by it. But it's like they just designed it that way, like you're gonna die, like it's not... Dying in other Smash TVs is like not as good because you get less continues. But because you have so many continues, it's almost like they just expected you to die a lot. Because it's so clunky. Except in the first map, I guess. You can get good at the first map. But I mean... I've just played the first map's worth of enemies in like that room I just did alone. So I mean, it really is a gauntlet. Okay, we're getting there. Once you see the tank and snake combo wave. Sounds like a skateboard brand. The tank and snake combo wave. That's, you know, you're getting close to the end. Almost there. Wow. Controller failed me there. Oh, the Mr. Shrapnel got in my way. Wow. Okay. Lots of lives for the final boss. Which is the host of the show, of course. Shoots his eyeballs at you. Dude. Weapons, please. My goodness. So he's basically Mutoid Man 2.0, and he does that eraser move that just murders you no matter where you are. Like, why? Chill with that. Okay, so I got 3 continues left. Should be fine. Famous last words before we have to mercy kill the run. Again, I could just not get weapons here. I mean, it's entirely possible. Speed doesn't kill, this doesn't kill, I need weapons. He only dies to weapons, just like Mutoid Man. I'll take that. Some insurance. Gun. Erased. Dude. Like, I just don't know what you're supposed to do to avoid dying there. Nobody knows. Okay, that was a good bevy. That isn't that helpful. Okay, if I can get to that. If he doesn't erase me. I couldn't grab it. Should have started moving sooner. Take the L to get the shield. And then whiff the grab. There we go. So timer is right now. Time stops. Alright.
GG, underestimate. Currently waiting for my stream to catch up so I can tell you the exact on-stream timer.
Whew, alright. Let me take my helmet off.
Oh my, I've got a lot of stream delay. It's still not stopped from me. GG. 30:04 on the stream end there. So almost 2 minutes underestimate.
Good, very good. Yeah, that was fun. Thanks for letting me do the run.
Yeah, thank you so much for showing us this game. Is there anything you want to say before we hop out, or any people you want to shout out? Anything you wanna?
Just want to wish everyone a good day and continue to watch, support the stream however you can. Really appreciate the time.